never expected to see you again. Not this soon.
Crying Gamer!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Crying Gamer in the building, and you already know Netflix time, baby. You know what it is when it comes to that binge watching. You just can't get enough. I just finished binge watching season 2 of The Punisher. Really a fan of The Punisher. He's one of my favorite comic book characters come to life on the big screen of Netflix. Yes, Netflix is turning into the big screen. They are pumping out some awesome movies and some phenomenal series, and Punisher is one of them. Stepped up its game. The Punisher has stepped up his game in season 2 in every aspect, from the acting to the action to the psychological aspect of getting to know, getting deeper into the mind of the characters and dissecting, you know, what they're exactly feeling or their weaknesses. Season 2 is phenomenal. Right off the bat, it's phenomenal. But it's a shame that this series is not getting the fanfare, or a lot of viewers, according to reports, have not checked in to watch season 2 of The Punisher. You really need to go check in and watch season 2 because it's awesome. Of course, everybody knows the Punisher story. If you're into the world of the Punisher, his family was killed, and he's out for revenge, and he's that anti-hero, that vigilante that people love to love and also love to hate, based on the way that he dismisses criminals or pedophiles, rapists, murderers, thieves, whatever, with reckless and ruthless abandon. And this series right here has reckless abandon in blood buckets for days. And this is how the Punisher should be. So let's get into the antagonists that the Punisher has to deal with. And these are some badass antagonists, I'm telling you. There's a hitman now that he has to deal with due to a circumstance where he got involved with the girl, and now he has to protect the girl from this certain assassin. And this assassin is just as badass as he is, man. And also, he's still, while dealing with the assassin, after him, he has to deal with Jigsaw now, that came out of his coma, and he really doesn't know who he is. He's trying to put the pieces back together to find out where he is. And that Jigsaw aspect of this I thought was really good, because you got to really try to get into the mind of Jigsaw. It's almost, he wants to be good. He can't believe the things that he has done in the past, and he really wants to correct them, but he's having a battle. You know, where you have the little demon, the little devil on your shoulder, the little angel over here, where they're both angels, but whatever. You have two little angels on your shoulder, and they're talking to you, and he's battling, man. He's battling, and he just has this urge to try to find out what happened. Why was he in the situation that he is, with his face all carved up? And that story just snowballs and snowballs, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger to an epic climax. And I really like Jigsaw in this, man. I really felt him like he was really trying to change his life, but just couldn't get it on track, man. And he found a love interest in this season. That was a good little, you know, back and forth with them, which is a psychiatrist who took care of him while he was in the hospital. And she had some issues of her own, and she found love. They found love in each other, and they were perfect for each other. And she went to the full-out extent for him, to protect him and do whatever she could to, you know, try to get him. I think they were manipulating each other, but it was so dope. And also you have Mahanahan, the agent. She's in here, reckless abandon, wants to get Jigsaw. She has a vendetta, and she pulls Castle, who was the Punisher, back into town, and she's conflicted, man. She's conflicted. She wants justice, but she doesn't want to go the ruthless way, but she knows that's the way that it has to be done. And then you have his friend Kirk, and then you have the Punisher's best friend. Also, he's conflicted, and he's doing stupid decisions when he should have just let the Punisher handle stuff. And he's having a change of heart and making things snowball and getting even worse because of his decisions. And man, it's awesome. And the Punisher also in this, has a conflict. Is conflicted. And because of her love interest for Jigsaw, she comes up with a plan that can get at the heart of the Punisher. Something you know, that can make him vulnerable, where he is vulnerable. And that is the cost of innocent life, and they get to scheme together, which kind of breaks the Punisher down a little bit until Punisher gets news that, no, that's not the way it went, and he comes back with records of abandon and vengeance, and oh man, you know, it's just nice, man. It is just nice. Really well put together from start to finish, from story to action. Let's talk about the gun scenes, man. Of course, the Punisher. And so, without I digress. So let's get into the part where we're talking about. All right. So that was the insight about there was a battle, a conflict going on with Jigsaw, but there's also at the same time a battle of conflict going on with the Punisher. Starting to question, like, is he just like Jigsaw in his method, in the way he was doing things? But you know, glad to tell you guys that he sorted it out. This is not a spoiler. He sorted it out and he went for vengeance. And in this film, he became the Punisher. And I cannot wait for season 3. He became the Punisher. So everybody had their little conflict of war internally and mentally going. So each one of them had a mental war that was going on. The protagonist, the Punisher, the antagonist, Jigsaw, and the antagonist, the Hitman. He was dealing with his demons as well. He was trying to live a pious life, trying to live a righteous life and put his past behind him. But the past always caught up to him, and you know, he was being, you know, he had his children being dangled in front of him, and so he was kind of forced to do what he had to do. And he was having penance, you know, and he was beating himself for the sins that he committed because he was really trying to get out of it. So he was really conflicted as well. It's just 3 badasses going to war in this town, man. I'm telling you, it is awesome. Gunfights, bar none. Gunfights were shot really good, captured the essence of the Punisher. They were brutal, the hand-to-hand, the knife fights. I mean, golly, could you get any more gory with the Punisher? I mean, reminds me almost of that Garth Ennis comics, man. I'm talking ruthless, and that's the way Punisher should be. It might turn off some people, but this is the way that the Punisher should be. And I only see it getting more and more violent, which it's supposed to. More and more gory, it's supposed to, because he puts down the bad men, the bad women, ruthlessly. He gives them a taste of their medicine. So, I'm not going to say too much more on the subject. Be sure to go watch The Punisher Season 2. If you didn't watch Season 1, catch up, binge watch it, watch the whole thing, and tell me in the comments if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and anything, you know, about The Punisher, mention it in the comments. I will be back at you with another video shortly. Peace. Enjoy the rest of the night.